Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So today we're setting up my new Erin Condren teacher lesson planner, and I'm really excited because I love this planner so much. It's maybe my favorite, I don't know, but I do have a different style in this planner from others that I use. So I do use stickers, but I just kind of go with a more simple style, if I can say that. Definitely don't cover all the pages or anything like that. So if I will go ahead and leave a couple of links in the description for you too, if you want to see my review of this planner and my thoughts on the last year's planner. Like, I uploaded it a couple weeks ago, and it just kind of gives you an overview of distance learning and ending the year. I did a flip through of the whole planner and all of that. So like I said, I'll leave those down in the description for you if you want to check those out. However, I do have some questions. So I posted on Instagram to see what you guys wanted me to talk about in this video, and I do have several questions to answer and some notes. So I'm going to be doing that while I'm setting up this. I do have some ideas of what I want to do. So let's just dig right in, I guess. I want to put my name there, of course. Okay, so for this page, I really do not use this page all that much. It just is more geared toward elementary school teachers, and if you didn't know, I'm a high school teacher / instructional technology coach. So I do split my time and my spreads because I have multiple things that I need to make notes of and to plan for. So this page, not really super functional for me. However, I did see someone, and I can't remember who it was, but it was in the Erin Condren teacher lesson planner group, and they said they were going to put their bell schedules in these little spaces. So I think I'm going to do that here. I don't have those obviously yet because we're still in the planning stages for next year, but I am going to maybe repurpose this little section here. Now, the rest of this, I have no idea. That's probably going to come to me later. This year is going to be interesting. So just like last year was interesting. So we don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and plan for the school year how we hope that it goes. If I need to adapt, then I will definitely do that, like I did with distance learning and just completely changing my spreads. But for now, I'm going to plan the bare minimum how we think and hope it will go. Who knows though? I'm hoping that if we do have to go to distance learning, that it's for very short periods of time, like 2 weeks or whatever, because that is much more manageable than the 8 or 9, 10 weeks that we went. So I don't know, fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best, and then adapt at the worst. Who knows? All right, so what I was gonna do here is our school calendar with the transparent dots. I did this in my live planner when I set that up last week, but I think because of the uncertainty of this school year, I'm gonna not do that yet. I'm just gonna kind of feel it out and see how it goes. And like I said, we've got a lot of planning in July and August for this school year. We start on the 24th. Hopefully. So I'm going to hold off on this. I'm going to leave this note here though, because I do want to remember that that's what I wanted to do here. I also think that I want to at least put in like the first and last days of the 6 weeks. I think that would be helpful at the very least on this page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But the whole calendar, I'm going to hold off on. Okay, here is the year plan. I want to white out these month names. I wish that they would just leave it blank. I mentioned that in my review, but here we are. This is a July start planner, and it starts with January. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to white out the months, and we're going to relabel them. I have these from Virgo and Paper. They're big, nice and big month names, and I'm going to put those kind of on the dotted line so I have a little bit more room. But these I love. I think they're so cool. I did this last year, and what I used these pages for last school year is for kind of tracking the basics of my goal for the year. I haven't really decided on what I want to make my goal, but we'll see. I think I'm going to do the same thing though. So I'm going to set that up, this page, these 2 pages, for that purpose. And I might write up here like goal tracking or whatever. Okay, so that's the plan for that page. These will be seating charts, and I have to talk to the teacher that I share my classroom with before we decide how we're going to set up our room, because there are a lot of uncertain things. But what I normally do is I sketch it out in pencil, and I only teach 3 or 4 classes, so it's totally doable on these pages because there's 4 of them, or 5. Yeah, there's 4 of them, so that's perfect. So I sketch out where the desks are, and then I use little post-it flags. I probably have some. Yeah, I do. I use these, and then I just cut off like half of it, and then I use these to stick down the kids' names, and then I can move them around. And also, just to note, my classes are really small. The biggest class I've ever had was like 17, but that's totally out of normal, like the realm. Usually I have between 8 and 12. That's usually what I'm looking at. But these pages are perfect for that purpose. So I'm not going to go ahead and draw those in, but I may go ahead and cut some flags and just place them on the pages so they're ready to go. So that's what these pages are going to be used for. This is going to be for notes for the next school year, of course. Same here. And we will be having some leadership team meetings. I have work days as well. So that's why I'm going ahead and setting this up a little bit early, because I have work days in July for my instructional coaching situation. So I have 10 days that I need to get in before school starts, and the teachers come back on this day, I think. So I have to push it back into July, and I like to space it out so that I still have 3-day weekends, because I still have to have a little bit of summer at the end. So that I'm going to set up my monthly calendars, but this is there's a lot of unknowns, like I said, and I don't have our in-service schedule, of course. So that will be blank. I know I did that in last year's setup video, but I won't be doing that this year. But I'm really excited about the months this year, because I think I'm going to use, so I have 2 Happy Planner books. I've got the new seasonal one. I used this one last year, like the old version, and I really liked the seasonal stuff in here. Then I have the Rad Teacher. This is brand new, and I think it's so cool. And it totally goes with like the colors of the new planner. I have the Oh So Retro. There's also the Kaleidoscope, which is more pastel, but I wanted to go with the bold colors. So Rad Teacher is perfect for that. There's another one, I can't remember what it's called, but it kind of goes more with the Kaleidoscope colors. But I think that's so cool. But the holidays in this book, can't remember where they are. This page. Okay, so I want to use these, but this doesn't cover all the holidays. So I do have the ones from the back of the book. Back here, and I'll be using these as well, and these match the colors, so I can use these little labels and these little guys as well. Also in this planner, I don't mind mixing metals. In my life planner, I hate mixing metals generally, but for some reason I don't have a problem with it in this planner. So okay, the last thing is the weekly spreads, of course. So I'm really going to not touch July. July is really just going to be like to-do lists. So if we go to August, though, once we get into this week, when the teachers come back and stuff, this is when we're really going to dig into, you know, starting to plan and all of that. So I do want to go ahead and set up my labels probably on this week. Probably starting on this week, because this is the week before school starts. So I do have my labels. Let me go grab those real quick. All right, so I've got a bunch of stuff here that I kind of forgot that I had and that I wanted to use in this video. So, like I said, did not totally prepare for this. I wanted to just go with my gut here. So I have the new Cool for School book, which is so cute. I think it is just adorable. And again, it really, really matches the Oh So Retro really well. I have another one of these guys. I used this one a lot last year. I'm going to snap in my little sticky notes. I've got this because I want to use this for Labor Day week. I'll show you that in a little bit. Got my ruler. Here are the other notepads that I have. I think that I like them both a lot, but I think I want to use the Flower Power just because it's very different, but also kind of matches the colors of the theme. These are so pretty though. I'm going to leave these at home for my life planner. Okay. Then I've got my labels. We're going to set those up for the first, like, I don't know, 8 weeks or whatever. So we'll set these up. I still haven't decided exactly what order I want this side of the page to be, but we will figure that out together. And then I have this new cover, which is so pretty. We'll do this at the very end. We'll put the new cover on. I've got several new covers, so I will be switching them out probably every 6 weeks or so, just for a little fun. You know, I love my interchangeable covers. And then this, oh, it's so cute. I don't know if I'll use this in this video, but I do want to use one of these for Labor Day week, because we know that that's a holiday. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. And let's see. Oh, I also have the layers book as well. This is just so beautiful. I love it. I think I might save this actually for my memory planner though, because I think it will match a little better. I got the colorful layers for my memory planner, which is going to be fun. So because I don't have a paper copy, I don't have a printer of my school calendar, I'm just going to pull up the one that I did in my life planner here so that I have the first day of the grading period and the last day, so that I can put those into my yearly plan. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And I think that while I'm doing some just basic things, I will go ahead and answer some of my questions that I have on my little notepad here. All right, are we ready to start? I think so. I've been rambling for a very long time. All right, so let's go back to the beginning and get started. So this page here is going to be, by the way, I'm going to be using my Pentel Energel liquid gel in 0.7, the metal tip. This is my current favorite pen right now. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so I'm not going to put my school name. I never share my school name on here. I just keep that to myself and keep that private. I will put the school year though. So 2020 to 2021. That feels really weird. Okay, so this page here, I'm not going to do a lot to right now because I don't know our bell schedules and I don't know what I want to do for the rest of this. If you're a high school teacher and you have some ideas for me, let me know. I'm not interested in putting my passwords here. I don't like doing that. I save them all in Google. And I don't need this either. So what can I repurpose some of these things for? Curious to hear what you have to say. Also, this I never use because most of my communication, or all of it, is through email. So we don't call home or anything like that. We have a different system for that. So I don't need that either. All right, so for this page, we're going to put in, I'm going to put this over here so I remember, but I'm going to use some transparent dots from Sadie's Stickers. She had a $2 Tuesday with these little dots, but she said she'd be willing to do them again. So I bet we could ask her and she would do them again for us. But these are perfect for this purpose. So one of the questions I got was to discuss diversity in history books. So the thing about history books is they're written by textbook companies, and the companies usually write them for multiple states. So it really comes down to the state standards, which means like the list of things that we have to cover in a school year. So in Texas, our state standards are called the TEKS, the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills. And I'm just going to decide real quick what I want to do here. I have to have enough, so if this would work. I really only need 2 colors, I think, for now. Okay, so our TEKS, they are approved by the state legislature, which a lot of people don't know. And the problem with that is that it becomes a political issue because they have to be approved by the current legislature. So it depends on who's in quote unquote power during that time, what gets approved and what gets changed. So right now, we're pretty much split. Like, we're definitely purple in Texas now, and who knows what's going to happen in the future. But the people who've been elected, they are mainly Republicans and more conservative. So our state standards reflect that. There has been a lot of improvements in the last few years, I will say. This will be my 14th year of teaching, and there have been a lot of improvements over the years. So I will say there is progress being made, but we still have some work to do on that front. The courses, I think, need to be changed as well. This has been brought up before, so this is not like my original idea or anything. This is something that people talk about from time to time. But so I teach world history, and it's a 1-year course. We have to teach all of world history. Okay, so there's other states. I'm pretty sure California, they do world history over 2 years, and I wish that we would switch to that. And there's actually some schools in Texas that have gotten waivers for teaching it over 2 years while also teaching world geography at the same time. So it's like teaching them both over 2 years at the same time, which I think is a great idea. And we have talked about it at my school, but we haven't gone forward with that because we have a high transfer rate. And it's hard if kids are coming in from other schools and the majority of the schools don't do that. How do we get them caught up, and like how do we like make that happen and make it work? So we have not switched to that. But it may be something that statewide we do in the future, hopefully, because I think we would be able to teach so much more than just the highlights and bring in a lot more if we had that opportunity to like have more time, you know. So those are my thoughts. I definitely do my best to bring in as much diversity as I can to my curriculum, but you know, your hands are tied in a lot of ways. So I don't know. It's complicated and definitely needs some work. And I have written my congressman about this many times. I'm just making a note here. We have half day with kids on the last day of the 6 weeks. So we run in a 6 weeks format, which is nice. I know other schools do it different ways, but that's how we do it. Okay, another question was my morning routine, like at school. So I get to school about 30 minutes early, and the past couple years I haven't had a first period class because I have like a shortened schedule when it comes to actual like teaching classes. So when I get to school, I unpack my bag and I usually go and get some ice water, and I turn on my computer, of course. I usually do that like while I'm going to get my ice water, and I check my email. And I like to keep my inbox at inbox 0 as much as possible. Like I clean it out pretty much every day. And I just feel like that's a really good habit to have. I know that a bunch of people can't do that, but I am able to, and I do that almost every day. So I like to start my day with like a clean inbox. And then the next thing that I do is look over my lesson plans and pull up everything that I need for that day onto my computer, like in tabs, so that they're ready, because sometimes I get busy at school and I cannot, I like run into my classroom and like start class. So if I have everything ready, then that makes it a little bit easier. Okay, that page is done. All right, that's nice. At least I have that. Okay, this will be easy to do while I'm talking. All right, so I use the Tombow whiteout tape. I think it's the best. Ooh, I forgot to put that one up. Okay, and I need my months. There we go. So I'm gonna start with July here. Also in the morning, I just go ahead and talk to the people in my department. We're all in the same hallway, which makes it easier. And we are friends. So usually the coach across the hall, Bubba, will come over and we'll chat for a few minutes and about like current events or anything like that. We give each other a nice big hug and just kind of get ready for the day. And then my friend Amber will come and we share the office and classroom together. And we'll do the same thing. And once the bell rings, I do tardy duty. So once the bell rings for the first period, then I'll come back to my office and like actually get to work on things. So I generally do a book study every year. So last year I did not finish my book because obviously things got a little nuts and I actually didn't have my book. So I'm going to be continuing reading Brene Brown's book on leadership. So that's my first thing. So that's pretty much my morning routine. I like to ease into the day. I'm not a morning person, so easing in is a little easier for me. Challenges for first year teachers was another question. So one thing you have to do is realize that it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be what you dream, what you think like it's going to be. You have to let go of the dream. And that's not like me being pessimistic. It's just reality of like, it's going to be hard. You're going to get through it. You're going to learn a lot and you're going to make a lot of mistakes. So if you can accept those things and just do your best, you're going to be all right. So that's my biggest advice. And also like ask for help. So if you are struggling, whether it's like emotionally or you're struggling with a student or you don't know how to do something, you got to ask because people don't know if you don't need help or if you need help, if you don't like let people know. So that's where kind of a mentor comes into. Try to find somebody you can go to. These are looking so cute. All right, my favorite and least favorite things about distance learning. My favorite thing was all of the extra time that I had at school. Like I'm so busy all the time. I'm doing something every minute of the day. And when it came to distance learning, like frankly, I was really good at it, very efficient. And I had a lot of time on my hands to do other things such as yard work and reading and all kinds of things. So that was a really nice aspect of it. Do I want to do it again? No. But I mean, if we're looking at my favorite thing, that's probably it. Least favorite thing was definitely like the lack of connection to my kids and to the staff. Because like I said, I talked to everyone all the time, every day, saw my kids every day, and then we went to nothing. And that was really hard, being stuck in my house alone with no connection to my people. So that was definitely the least favorite. The best resource I found during distance learning, I really liked Actively Learn. The free version is available still, I think, through June. But the free version, which I'll go back to, is really, really good. And I definitely recommend it. Also, just Google Classroom. Is that a resource? We did everything in Google Classroom and we got into a routine. I actually polled my kids at the end of the year and they were really positive about our system. So one of the things that someone asked is like planning for possible distance learning in the fall. So I don't think I can plan for that right now, but I do know from my survey and from my experience that my system was good. So I can switch over to that if we have a good start in Google Classroom like we did last year. And we can just kind of switch over to distance learning for however long we have to do it. The summertime would be a really good idea or a really good time to go ahead and do some Google training if you haven't yet. There are a bunch out there. I did mine at our local service center, but you can do it online too. So I definitely recommend getting the level 1 and even level 2 certification not a bad idea either. So also YouTube was a lifesaver. My kids are very visual, and we had a video pretty much every day. So yeah, those are my favorite resources. There's a ton out there though, like Padlet's cool. So much stuff. I could go on and on. I did a blog post about it. I'll go ahead and leave it down in the description, which kind of leads into the next question, which was changes during distance learning I'm keeping. So I did a blog post about that as well. But I think one of the main things is keeping up communication digitally, because not only do you have a record of it, but if you use an extension like Mote, you can leave voice comments. They can leave you voice comments. There's just lots of possibilities with that, with communication online. I'm just making these for my seating charts. I'm just going to do 12 for now. Okay, what else? Other uses for the Erin Condren Teacher Lesson Planner. I don't really know. I'm not an expert in that because I do use this only for teaching, because that's what it's like made for and what I am familiar with. But there are a ton of videos out there that use it for like content planning or as their main planner. Really, you can do so much with this planner, but I can really only speak to like the teaching side of it. I do adapt it a lot for being a high school teacher versus elementary, so you'll kind of see that on the weekly page when we get to that. And another question was like planning for digital learning. How did I do that? I did a vlog and I showed a lot in that. I'm sorry I keep directing you to other things, but like I will leave that in the description for you. You can see like on my screen how I did it. And then planning in the fall, I like to plan a little bit each day so that I don't get overwhelmed. I do a unit map, like a unit calendar, so I know which topic I'm going to kind of cover each day. But I work on my plans pretty much every day. That way I don't get stuck like sitting at home on the weekend working on them. Also, lesson planning is not my favorite thing in the world, so I like to just not do it all the time or in big chunks. Another question was the most difficult thing during distance learning. Can it be the faculty Zooms we had? It's just hard because, you know, I see these people every day, and then we moved, you know, to Zoom, and over time, the voices that didn't enjoy distance learning became the loudest, and we kind of had to redirect that. And I think we did a pretty good job of redirecting the negativity, but it was still like a grind for a couple of weeks. People like were really excited to see each other in the beginning, and then it just kind of tapered off as we got more tired of it. But I don't think it would be as bad if we didn't have to go for so long. So hopefully, if we do have to do it in the fall, it will be for shorter periods of time. That's my hope. Okay, so we got our seating chart tags ready. I can put my kids' names on there. Okay, these pages are just going to be for notes. I'm going to leave those blank for now. And then let's go into the monthly calendars. So again, I'm just going to look at the calendar that I made in my life planner to set this up. I do have some washi. These two are old, but I really like them. And then these two are new. These are the new layers ones that I wanted to use. And then I've got, you know, these two Happy Planner books here with some monthly stuff in them. So let me see what questions I have left. Okay, I just have a couple. So let's do July, and then I'll speed you through the rest of the months. Okay, so this video is going to be so long. So let's start with my work days. So I think that I want to start on the 20th, and I think I'll just use some washi for this. This is the layers washi. I think it's so pretty. So like I mentioned, I'm just going to go for 4 days a week until August, and I have to go every day. Okay, so one of the questions was, how did I connect my students offline during distance learning? And we really didn't. For like privacy reasons, we did not. And for like safety reasons, I don't know how to explain it. But we have very strict rules about communicating with kids at my school for a lot of different reasons. And so we did not like send them letters or anything like that. But our kids all have an email address with our school. So I did talk to them through email often. We had Zooms, private comments, things like that. So that's how we communicated with each other. It wasn't the best, but it was something. And then this planner versus others. So this planner, I kind of already touched on it, but is just for my teacher stuff. I do not put, unless there's like an appointment that I need to put in here, I don't put private, like home stuff in here. This is strictly just for school. Now in my life planner, I do, if there's an important meeting or something like that, I will put that in my life planner because I look at my planner before school starts every day. But I do like to keep things separate. So I have 5 planners. I have my life planner. I've got my memory planner, which is for memory keeping. And then I've got my, ooh, just broke that. Then I've got my, my goal planner, which is my Moxie Life, which I only use part of. And then I've got my Erin Condren Petite planners in my folio. And another person asked about content planning, and I content plan in my dailies in my folio. So there's that. And then someone asked about setting this up as a high school teacher. We'll get to that when we get to the weeklies in just a little bit. And my favorite pen is this one currently, this Energel. I love it. So those are all of the questions that I had from you guys. Feel free to ask some more in the comments. I love answering questions. Doesn't every teacher? Okay, so July is pretty sparse. I've got my work days, and these may change, like if I want to take Monday off or whatever, but that's the plan right now. It's what I've done the past couple of years, and that works. Okay, let's go to August. I'm going to go ahead and speed you through the rest of the months, and then we'll get to the weeklies. Okay, so I have all of my months set up, so I have everything laid out. I don't put in all of the holidays, if you notice that. I just put in the ones that affect my holiday or my community. So I did skip some that just don't affect our calendar. I will probably put those in my everyday planner, but for this planner, I just keep it strictly related to school. All right, so let's go to August now, and I'm going to go ahead and go to these 2 weeks. So I'm going to add my labels, and I'm going to figure out the order that I want them to go in. So I ordered these off of the Erin Condren website, and I got them to match the Oh So Retro theme because I'm kind of obsessed with it. And these are very similar to what I did last year, except for this side I switched up a little bit. So these will go on this side. These, I'm not sure the order that I want, but I'm thinking this one in this column, and then here and here, I think, is what I had in mind. I'm pretty sure. So over on this side, I do my world history, first I do my classroom to-dos. So this first column is for anything I need to do for my classroom. Grading, give it a birthday thing, lesson plans, anything like that. And then, actually I'm going to switch these. Then I put in my honors world history lesson plans, and I use a template from Teachers Pay Teachers. You will have seen that in previous teacher videos that I've done, but I will, like I said, I'll leave all the links for you if you are interested in seeing what that looks like. Okay, so I've got my lesson plans here, and it prints really tiny. That's why I like it. And then on this side, I want to do my coaching activities. So that's anything that I need to get done specifically when it comes to instructional coaching. Then I want to do high school events and to-dos here. So that's anything going on at the high school or just in general that I need to get done, whether it's like Veterans Day program or department meetings or anything like that. And then the last column, I'm really excited about this actually, is ideas and notes. So I realized last year that I didn't have a place for me to jot down quick ideas of things that I wanted to change or that I want to research later. So that's what this column is going to be for. Now, if it's blank for the day, then that's opportunity for me to fill it in with a sticker. But, ooh, that looks so cute. I love the color scheme. It's so cool. Now, I have for the last column, I've got a couple options. I've got prep for next week, and I have to-do list here. So I'm going to do prep for next week. I love this so much. So my idea is to put this below. I don't know. I'm just going to put it over it for this week. This is the first week of school. Exciting. Let's go ahead and just decorate a little bit for the first week of school, just so it looks cute. So let's see. I'm going to use this book because it has some cute back to school stuff in it. Ooh, that's adorable. Okay. So I'm not going to decorate the actual spread yet, but I can put something over here. And I can use this back to school thing. And I'll use this over here. Fits perfectly. And then we'll put the little back to school sticker over right here. I use this column for just random stuff, whether it's a kid's birthday or whatever. Just a planner club meeting, which hopefully I can revive the planner club. We had a collapse after we moved to distance learning, of course, but hopefully we can get it up and going again. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and speed you through me putting down these for the first couple of weeks. And I do want to go ahead and mark in the last day of the first 6 weeks. So let me figure out what date that is. September 25th. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to fill these in for September as well. Okay, so we have August set. Now, you may be wondering what I'm going to do with these pages before. I haven't decided yet. I'm probably just going to make some random columns of like things that I'm going to be getting done. This one may be like meetings. Ooh, or I could use like one of my little to-do ones. Do a little maroon to-do right here. And then this one can be like meetings or whatever. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get September set up so we can have the first 6 weeks done, and I'll see you in a minute. I think this looks so nice. I'm loving the colors. All right, let's go to the last thing we're going to do. Well, second to last thing is we're going to go ahead and use one of my little sticker sheets for a holiday week. If I can find that sheet. Where is it at? I want to do the Oh So Retro. Here's the pencil one. Oh, here it is. Okay. I just think this is gorgeous. Okay, so what we're going to do, I really like to do this when there's a big holiday or like one holiday on the week, is to line this up in the middle here. Well, kind of in the middle. And we're going to use this to block off Labor Day. And I'm just going to use, I guess I can use my X-Acto blade. If we're going to get fancy. Where's my ruler? My desk is an absolute disaster right now. Okay, so let's put this here. Cool. And then we're going to do the other one on the other side. I just love these colors. They're so fun. Someone asked me about the bulkage of the labels at the top, and it really does not bother me at all. I don't even notice it because I put my lesson plans in here, like I glue them in. So it creates that overall bulk, and my planner just, it lays flat and it's fine. So I have not noticed that being an issue. I'm going to go into my seasonal book here and find the holidays in here, and we're going to do that. Okay, it's on like the third page. There we go. All right, so Labor Day. And we'll just put that here. All right, and I think that's it. I did want to add one more thing on September because it's in a day that I have to work. I have to work at the local rodeo. So I'm just gonna use this one, and it's on the 5th here. And then the very last thing we're going to do is switch the cover. I do love this cover, and I will come back to it, but I do want to start the year off with this new cover that I have from Stylish Planners. It's so gorgeous, and it matches the Oh So Retro. I feel like it matches really well, and it's just so cute. I love it. So I'll switch it out like every 6 weeks, I think. Last year I kind of kept some on more than others, but back. I guess we can do one final flip through, like sped up, just so you can see everything all at once. I'm gonna put these little sticker sheets back here. I love that. So pretty. So pretty. It looks like they fixed the pocket, or maybe, because I remember last year it was like too far this way and it wasn't open like this one, but I like that. Okay, so I almost forgot these two last things. So I've got my two Erin Condren sticky note little, I don't know what these are called, little dashboards, we'll call them. So I'm going to put those in the front. I like having two in there because it kind of balances out the, so you don't have like weird spots when you're writing on the planner pages. And then let's put my ruler on the July monthly for now. I do use this ruler for every week. It's just really, really nice to be able to find your page fast because it's like right there. So, all right, there we go. Okay, let's do a quick flip through so you can see everything that I did today. And oh my gosh, okay, here we go. All right, so got my name here. We'll figure this out later. And that we've got our first day of the grading period and last day of the grading period. We've got this set up ready to go for my goal. Seating charts just need to be drawn in and the kids' names labeled. So here is July, and then let's just flip through the months and those weeks that I fixed up. All right, that is everything. So before school starts, or maybe slightly after, I will give a back to school update on how our trainings went and like the schedule and what we decided to do. And that way you guys can get a better idea of what we're doing in my school district, and you'll get to see kind of a peek at the first couple weeks of school and their layouts. So look forward to sharing that with you. So finally, that is everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, definitely leave those down in the comment section below. I would be happy to answer them for you. And I'm curious to see if your district has had any plan emerge from the situation. What are you guys doing in the fall? Or are you like me and you just don't know yet? I'd be interested to hear that information, but I think that is everything. So I love you guys. Hope that you have a great start to your school year, however it ends up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.